400 years ago, villagers avoided this forest at all costs, whispering that those who entered never returned. Today, travelers walk in with cameras, GPS devices, and scientific curiosity, yet many still leave with something they cannot explain. The place hasn't changed, only our tools have. This is the story of Hoia Baciu Forest, Romania's most mysterious and controversial woodland. Located near the city of Cluj-Napoca in northwestern Romania, Hoia Baciu Forest has earned a reputation that stretches far beyond Europe. Often referred to as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, this relatively small forest, covering about 250 hectares, has become one of the most studied and debated paranormal hotspots in the world. At first glance, Hoia Baciu looks like any other forest. Trees, grass, quiet pathways, but step deeper inside and subtle differences begin to appear. The trees grow in unusual shapes, twisted, bent, and spiraling in ways that seem unnatural. Some trunks curve sharply before rising straight upward, as if they were forced to change direction mid-growth. Scientists have studied these formations, yet no single explanation fully accounts for the consistency of these patterns. The forest's modern legend began in the 20th century, but its roots go much deeper. Local folklore tells the story of a shepherd who once entered the forest with his flock of 200 sheep, only to vanish without a trace. Neither he nor the animals were ever seen again. Over time, similar stories began to circulate. People spoke of strange lights appearing between the trees at night. Others claimed to hear footsteps when no one was there, or voices whispering just beyond hearing distance. For centuries, these stories remained part of local tradition, dismissed by outsiders as superstition. But in the 1960s, Hoia Baciu caught the attention of the scientific community in a way that would change its reputation forever. In 1968, a Romanian military technician named Emil Barnea reportedly captured a photograph that would become one of the most famous UFO images in Europe. While walking through the forest, he claimed to see a metallic, disc-shaped object hovering silently above a clearing. He quickly took several photographs before the object disappeared. The images were later analyzed by experts, and while some dismissed them as inconclusive, others argued they showed no signs of manipulation. This single event transformed Hoia Baciu from a local legend into an international mystery. Soon after, researchers, physicists, and paranormal investigators began visiting the forest. What they reported was both fascinating and unsettling. Many visitors described sudden feelings of anxiety or unease upon entering certain areas of the forest, particularly a circular clearing where no trees grow at all. This area, often referred to as the dead zone, has become one of the most studied spots within Hoia Baciu. Despite fertile soil and normal environmental conditions, vegetation refuses to grow there. Soil samples have shown no clear chemical explanation for this phenomenon. Even more intriguing are the physical effects reported by some visitors. People have claimed to experience headaches, dizziness, nausea, and even temporary memory loss while inside the forest. Some reported electronic devices malfunctioning, cameras failing, batteries draining unexpectedly, GPS signals becoming unreliable. Others described unexplained burns or scratches appearing on their skin without any visible cause. Skeptics argue that many of these experiences can be explained by natural factors. The forest's dense vegetation and unusual terrain can create disorientation. Psychological effects, especially in a place already associated with fear, can amplify normal sensations into something more intense. This phenomenon, known as suggestion or expectation bias, can make people interpret ordinary events as extraordinary. But not all evidence is so easily explained. Photographers have captured strange anomalies in images, unexplained light orbs, shadows without visible sources, and shapes that do not appear to the naked eye. Audio recordings have picked up faint, unexplained sounds. Some researchers have even detected unusual electromagnetic fluctuations in certain areas of the forest, though results have been inconsistent. One of the most persistent theories suggests that Hoia Baciu may sit on a unique geological or magnetic anomaly. Such anomalies can affect both electronic equipment and human perception. Another theory proposes underground gas emissions, which could potentially cause dizziness or hallucinations in high concentrations. And then there are the more speculative ideas. Some believe the forest could be a portal, a gateway between dimensions. Others suggest extraterrestrial activity. While these theories lack scientific proof, they continue to attract attention, especially among those fascinated by the unknown. Despite its eerie reputation, Hoia Baciu is not abandoned. Today, it has become a destination for tourists, researchers, and thrill-seekers from around the world, including visitors from the United States who are drawn by its combination of mystery and scientific curiosity. Guided tours are available during the day, offering a safer way to explore the forest while learning about its history and reported phenomena. At night, however, the atmosphere changes. As darkness falls, the forest becomes quieter, almost unnaturally so. The wind seems to soften. Shadows stretch between the twisted trees. Every sound feels amplified. A single step on dry leaves echoes longer than expected. And in that silence, the mind begins to notice things it might otherwise ignore. A flicker of light between branches, a shape that disappears when you look directly at it, a feeling that you are not entirely alone. Whether these experiences are the result of natural causes or something we do not yet understand remains an open question. What makes Hoia Baciu truly fascinating is not just the mystery itself, but the balance between belief and evidence. It's a place where science meets folklore, where data exists alongside personal experience, and where answers remain just out of reach. For modern audiences, especially in the United States, where interest in unexplained phenomena continues to grow, Hoia Baciu represents something rare, a real location that still feels unknown. In a world mapped by satellites and analyzed by algorithms, it reminds us that there are still places where certainty fades. 400 years ago, people avoided this forest out of fear. Today, we enter it seeking answers, but the question remains the same. What happens inside Hoia Baciu Forest when no one is watching? And more importantly, if someone truly disappeared here, would we even know where to begin looking?